Mimi the mouse lived in a cozy burrow under the roots of a giant oak tree with her large family. Despite their loving home, Mimi had a dream that burned bright in her heart. She wanted to find the biggest piece of cheese to share with her family. One sunny morning, she woke up and decided to make her dream a reality. "I want to find the biggest piece of cheese for my family," Mimi declared to her siblings. Her brothers and sisters giggled, but her mother smiled warmly. "That's a wonderful dream, Mimi. If anyone can do it, you can." Mimi knew she couldn't accomplish this task alone, so she decided to ask her friends for help. First, she visited Ollie the wise owl, who lived in the hollow of the oak tree. "Ollie, will you help me find the biggest piece of cheese?" Mimi asked. Ollie tilted his head thoughtfully. "Of course, Mimi, but we must plan carefully. Let's think about where we might find such a cheese." Next, Mimi scurried over to Chipper the quick squirrel, who was busy gathering acorns. "Chipper, will you come with me to find the biggest piece of cheese?" she asked. Chipper twitched his tail excitedly. "I'd love to, Mimi. With my speed and your determination, we're sure to succeed." The trio set off on their adventure. They traveled through the dense forest, crossed bubbling brooks, and climbed rocky hills. As they walked, they sang songs and shared stories, making the journey more enjoyable. After a while, they reached a dark, thick forest. Mimi looked worried. "How will we get through this?" she asked. Ollie hooted softly. "We must stay close together and watch out for each other. Chipper, lead the way with your quick movements, and I'll keep an eye from above." With Chipper darting ahead and Ollie soaring above, Mimi felt safe. They made their way through the forest, careful to avoid thorny bushes and hidden holes. Their next challenge was a wide, raging river. Mimi's heart sank at the sight of the swift currents. Chipper, however, had an idea. "Let's gather some big leaves and sticks to make a raft. We can float across." Working together, they gathered materials and built a sturdy raft. Ollie helped by finding strong vines to tie everything together. With Mimi's careful steering, Chipper's quick reflexes, and Ollie's watchful guidance, they safely crossed the river. After days of traveling, they finally arrived at a place that smelled wonderfully of cheese. In the distance, they saw a grand castle made entirely of cheese. Mimi's eyes sparkled with excitement. "We found it! The biggest piece of cheese!" But as they approached, they saw that the castle was guarded by a group of clever rats. Mimi, Ollie, and Chipper huddled together to come up with a plan. Ollie suggested, "Let's use our skills. Chipper, you can distract them with your speed. Mimi, you can sneak in while I create a diversion from above." Chipper dashed around the guards, confusing them with his swift movements. Ollie flew overhead, causing the guards to look up in surprise. Mimi quietly slipped into the castle and found the biggest, most delicious piece of cheese she had ever seen. With the cheese securely in tow, the friends made their way back home. They faced the same obstacles but overcame them with the ease that comes from experience and teamwork. When they finally returned to the oak tree, Mimi's family rushed out to greet them. Mimi proudly presented the giant piece of cheese, and everyone cheered. That evening, they had the biggest cheese feast ever. Mimi, Ollie, and Chipper shared their adventure story, and everyone marveled at their bravery and teamwork. As they enjoyed their meal, Mimi's mother gathered everyone around. "Today, we have learned that friendship and cooperation can help us achieve great things," she said. Mimi smiled at her friends. She knew that without Ollie and Chipper, she could never have found the big cheese. Their adventure had taught them all the importance of working together and supporting each other. And so, the story of Mimi the mouse and her great cheese adventure became a legend in the forest, reminding everyone that with friends by your side, no challenge is too big to overcome.